Hello gang, welcome along. It's another United Kingdom talk today, coming from the garden on my brand new little flip cam thing. And of course the world famous recording gadget that you heard about ages ago. Now I might have to put a pair of sunglasses on. Is that ever so... Just a minute, let me get lean down here. A couple of pairs of sunglasses if it gets a little bit too bright. Am I squinting? Am I squinting a little bit? Huh? No. Just a bit. Does it make me look even older? That's a worry. I'm wearing my favourite summery orange striped shirt as well today. If you listen carefully, you'll hear all the sounds around me. It's marvellous out here. Listen. Birds singing. I could even possibly open up my very own bird song radio, don't you think? Yes, we mentioned that a couple of times, didn't we? Lots of people tuning into that now. Bird song radio, nothing to do with me. If you hear some of the older shows, you'll know what that's all about. Now, I'm supposed to be able to tell you about my visit to my sister, but look at these emails. We've still got to get through these emails, okay? We've still got the emails to get through, so we must do those. I'll start. This is going to go on for weeks now, don't you? This will go on for weeks. I shall start telling you about my sister's visit, or rather my visit to my sister's, and then we'll go on to some emails and continuing over onto the next show and the next one. You see, I'm hooking you in like a biblical story, or what's that ever such a large book, War and Peace. This could be the first episode of the new version of War and Peace. What do you reckon, eh? So what could we call it? Chris is Peaceful. Hang on, let me put my sunglasses on because that sun is hurting my eyes. Now, the thing is, am I gonna look shifty when I put my sunglasses on? What do you mean I look shifty anyway? Well, it's got to stop the squinting, isn't it? Let's just... Is that acceptable to wear sunglasses while doing a show? I mean, it is in the garden. It's beautiful here. Would you like me to take you around the garden just before we start? I mean, it is nice. It really is nice. Don't worry, I shall describe everything for you. Well, at the moment, I'm sitting... As always, and I've told you before, only for the camera do I wear a shirt. Underneath, I'm a bit of a tramp. Yes, look, it's the black tracksuit bottoms again. Not only black tracksuit bottoms, but they're at this very moment covered in cat hairs. Because the cats, which are both... Where's the other one gone? I've got one behind me there. Tiny, where are you, Tiny? There's another cat somewhere hiding. The one with the long hair. Incidentally, do you remember I told you her fur was getting matted up all the time? And we were gonna... I really don't like wearing sunglasses while I'm talking to you. I told you her fur was getting matted up all the time. Well, I've sorted it. Now the secret is, and I've worked this out for myself because this is what I've been doing it, is to cut off the matting a little bit at a time and then brush backwards. Now, she does moan a little bit about this, but it works. You don't want to go too mad with a brush rather, because you'll hurt the poor thing. Okay, what you've got to do is cut the mats out. Cut. And then get your brush, which has to be, hang on, I've got the brush. Stay there a minute. Let me go and get my brush. Oh dear, it's like, I've got the washing going on as well. Can you hear the machine going around in the kitchen? Oh yeah. Here's my cat brush. It's like a wooden thing with a black plastic handle, and on one side it's got like plastic bristles, and on the other side like metal bristles rather, and the metal bristles have got little bits on the ends that are not sharp, you see. Look, you can push around right on there and you won't get hurt. Now you cut the mats out and then you gently brush backwards. Now you may come to bits in the fur that when you brush them, the kind of brush is pulling against you because they're stuck, but you have to persevere and just brush back, be as gentle as you can, but sometimes you're going to have to be a little bit forceful to get those mats out. Now you don't have to do it all at once, just do it for a while. When the cat gets fed up, I nearly used another term. Oh, here she comes. Hello, Tiny. Come on, darling. Poor old soul. Now, I was actually working out her age. She's older than 20, you know. She must be about 22 years old now. You going to come and say hello? No, she's going to sit over there in the sunshine today. She's lovely. Anyway, brush the fur back, and then when she's had enough, let her go away. And the next day, and all the fur will gather in the brush. You can see a load here. I mean, there's quite a lot of fur in there, which I should have cleaned out earlier, but here you go. The next day, you'll probably find, when the cat comes over to you, the fur has kind of lifted a bit, and it will be easier. And just keep doing that for a few days, and eventually you'll sort it out. Now, the other option, of course, is to go down a vet, or go down or call in one of those pet, what are they called? Pet strokers? No, pet groomers. That's it. Call in one of those pet groomers, and they will do it for you. When I've had it done at the vets, they use one of those, bzzz, you know, the zzz, like what they do your hair with. What are they called? Cutters. Oh, not cutters. Are they cutters? Do they call them cutters? Something like that, anyway. And that's what they do. But of course, then you've got the expense of the vet. Last time I took her in, I mean, I'm not complaining about the expense. Oh, she's, bless her heart, she's washing her face now. She's washing her face. Isn't it lovely watching animals do all their washing? Well, not the other end, obviously. I mean, but it's always very unpleasant when you've got friends round or someone like that, and the cat or the dog decides to clean their bottom end in front of you, isn't it? Huh? Isn't that awful? Anyway, so that's how to deal with it. Just get your cat brush. First of all, cut the mats out. Now be very, very careful, because it's oh so easy to cut the cat. It hasn't happened to me yet. You've got to really, and especially if the mats are really bad in the fur. Okay, you need to be very, very careful. You've got to pull it up and feel where the skin is. So that, I mean, obviously the last thing you want to do is start cutting your poor pet to shreds, isn't it? Or to shreds, rather. Not very nice for the animal. And you'll probably get scratched to death as well. So do be careful when you're cutting those mats out. Once you've cut them out, just try and brush backwards gently, and you'll find that they will eventually come out. It might take you a few days. Don't try and do it all at once. That's the worst thing you can do. Just a little bit at a time. When the cat's had enough, let her go. All right? So there we are. A little bit about cat mats. I wonder if we could make a mat out of cats. Someone, who was it the other day? Someone on the telly, I think it was, one of those fashion shows or something, which I don't usually watch. I'm really not into fashion, as you can see. One of those cat things, fashion shows. They had someone was wearing a coat made out of dog fur. It was the most bizarre thing you've ever seen. I mean, it's just not right, is it? A coat made out of dog fur. Or maybe in other countries they have that sort of thing. I mean, there's certain countries that really have a bad record from the English standards, I suppose, of pet care. There are some countries that, dare I say, eat cats and dogs, which I don't like the idea of that. On the other hand, we here eat cows and pigs, so is there any difference? Interesting. Have you got any comments? As always, the email address is chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Now, just to tell you a little bit about my sisters, of course, on my long, arduous journey, before I leave my house, I have to prepare. I had to prepare to go to my sisters. All the clothes were washed. The house was completely hoovered. And of course, most importantly, you have to put food. Can you hear that plane? Is that a helicopter? It's going over there. Do you like it? Do you like being outside in the garden with it? It's better. Sometimes you get a bit stuffy in the studio, don't you? A little bit static. So we're outside today, complete with those beautiful natural noises. Listen to those birds. Tweet, tweet. Tweet, tweet. If I could talk to the animals, sing to the animals, la da 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 da. Pretty birds singing. Anyway, carrying on. Yeah, and most importantly, you put food. I put food in my automatic cat feeder. Oh yes, I've got one of those. Let me just go and get it. What's that? Automatic cat feeder. Oh, you're going to love this. You will love this. 1 minute. No, go away. I don't believe it. Right, I'm back now, don't worry. I am back. I have returned. At first I was afraid. I was petrified. Anyway, back now. Yes, here is my automatic cat feeder, which is a round thing. Well, hang on a minute. Where is it now? There we go. That's it. It's a round thing, okay? And it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 compartments and a little timing device on the end of it. And basically, you put the top on and you turn it round. Hang on, let me put the top on. Now, when you put the top on, it will reveal one empty section, okay, where you place food. You then twist it round to the next section and you put food in there. You twist it round to the third section, you put food in there, and the same with the fourth, and finally the fifth. Now obviously the fifth section, I haven't quite put that on properly, have I? Just a minute. Oh, it's like an episode of... I've always wanted to work on Blue Peter, which is a children's children's program here in the UK, and they show you how things work and whatever. Right, is that on now? That's not, is it? Oh, I need both hands free. Just a minute. Can I just put that microphone down there? How does this work now? 1 second. It's all going hideously. Oh, is that it? No, hang on. Oh, that's it. I see it. Put that on there like that. You've got to put it right. That's it. I heard that click then. You've got to put it together properly. Otherwise, the poor thing won't turn around, you see. There he goes. There he is. Right. So that's now in position. And what you do is you set the little timing device to today's time, right, which I've done. And then, where's it? The time is a little mark where it says time here. So the time, the little bit on the front has got the time of the days that you want the pet to be fed, right? Just on the edge is a little thing that says time, and obviously the time has to correspond to the little thing that says what time it is. And then that's it really, and you then have these 4 little things around it, and you put those at where you want the device to turn around and thus reveal another portion of food for your beloved pussies. Yes, our pussies need to be fed constantly. And this will allow you 4 feedings as well as the one that's already open. Alright, now I'm going to show you how this works. So, say for example, we'll set the time at what it is now, and we'll move one of the feeding things round, there we go, to set it, say, the next day at, I don't know, 6 o'clock, right? Now, speeding up the time, okay, as the time comes around, right, so the clock will turn, you'll hear it clicking. Oh, I've just twisted my neck. You hear it clicking, right? And as it gets there, the whole thing will just swing around. Watch this, watch this, watch. Did you see that? How fantastic is that? Now listen carefully, you don't need to be seeing that, you can close your eyes and imagine it as well. You'll hear it suddenly turn around when it gets to another little red thing, what tells the machine where to move the circular thing around and reveal another portion of food for my pussies. Here we go. Right, here we go. Right, ready? Listen. Did you hear that? Did you hear it click? One more. And last one. There we are. It's good, isn't it? Now, highly recommended that if you want one of those, and they really are good, that will reveal up to 5 including today's, up to 5 portions of food in there. So, I mean, I personally wouldn't go away for more than 3 days and leave food in there. But when you come back, like I've been to my sister's, come back, all the food's gone. So they're obviously eating it. You know, there's no other cats coming. Well, I hope there's no other cats coming into the garden and stealing my baby's food. Well, it didn't look any thinner when I got back anyway. So marvellous. So very important that before I leave the house, we have the cat food in the automatic feeder, and that's it really. That's it. So Monday I went to work as usual, Bingay, every Monday night as the Golden Lion, as you know. A little bit quiet last night for some reason until later. No one came in till sort of 9:15, which was a bit unusual. They're usually there by 8:30, so it took a while to get going. If you're new to the show and you don't know what Bingay is, just have a look at the website, www.bingay, Bingay.com. Bingay.com. We could have a song, couldn't we? Do you remember that song, Bingo the dog? Bingo was his name. Bingay. 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 Bingay was the name. It's good, isn't it? And lots of prizes as usual were run last night. We had a few people gambling the prize to try and win the Star Gamble, £40 cash, $80. 2 people tried to do that last night, but sadly were unsuccessful. Will it be one next week? Who knows? Watch this space. So I went to Bingay, finished there at 12 o'clock. By the time I put everything away, it was 12:30. So off I went, travelling up to my sister's with my trusty sat-nav, informing me of when there is a very, very important informing me of when there was a very important safety camera ahead. These are very important in this country, and they make the roads safer. So that we're told constantly by the police force, who I have great time for. It's just the cameras. I don't like being watched, except of course by you. You know that. So left there, travelled up to my sister's, not particularly fast. I got there at 3 o'clock. So it only took me 2.5 hours, which is, you see, this is the thing. If I leave from London instead of my house, then it's kind of direct, especially where I am in King's Cross. Instead of, see, if I'm in my house, I've kind of got to start at the left, go round to the right, and then up. Now, if I'm in London, I'm there, and I just kind of go straight up. So I save, I suppose, a good hour on the journey by going direct, which is quite handy. So I got there at 3 o'clock. As I say, it's always better to drive at night on a long journey here in the UK. We're only a small country. The roads aren't that particularly good, certainly not during the daytime. The motorways get jammed up. It's horrendous, absolutely horrendous during the daytime. So if you ever got any long journeys or anything like this, and I'm sure a lot of people in the UK would agree with me, the best time to travel is at night. I got there, as I say, just a touch after 3 o'clock. Here comes that plane again. Where is it now? Do you think they're spying on us? People are spying on us as we're trying to have this conversation. It's a private conversation. I told them it's a private conversation. Got there just after 3 o'clock, and I was presented by my sister and a plate of my favourite sausage rolls. Oh yes. Now she has to order those specially now, because apparently the shop where she gets them from, the Co-op in Woodwall Spa, they don't do them all the time now. So she goes in, bless my sister's heart of gold, she goes in the day before and orders my sausage rolls. Now that's love, isn't it? That is love. Orders my sausage rolls. So there she was. She had this plate of sausage rolls. And I says, "Are you going to have one?" She said, "Oh, I'm going to have mine warmed up." Now, I don't usually have them warmed up. They are quite nice cold. But as my sister had them warmed up, I said, let's try a warmed up one. So I put one on the plate with hers in the microwave. I don't know, 20 seconds, 30 seconds or whatever. And it was delicious. And I sat in my sister's living room with I cannot lie to you. Bless me, Suko, for I have sinned. I have eaten 4 sausage rolls and a cup of tea at my sister's, all just before bedtime. You often get people say, don't you, that you shouldn't eat before bedtime. I think that's a load of rubbish. I honestly think that's a load of rubbish. Now, think about this in I don't know in what terms really, right? If you eat something, okay, during the daytime, people say, some people, not all of them, people do say that that's okay because you'll burn it straight off. Now, what they're saying is that if you eat it at night, then it turns straight into fat. But surely, the next day, it will be burnt, won't it? Do we have any dietitians or doctors watching or listening today? Do let me know the answer to that very, very important question. Usually email address chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. That's the address to the show. Always great to hear from anyone, as we will do in a moment with these emails. chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. All right? Do you know what? I've just realised I've forgotten what time I started the show now. It's got to be exactly 57 minutes long. I can't remember what time I started it now. How mad is that? I've got a clock down. Now, if you're wondering why I'm looking down to my right today, there was a big clock down there telling me what the time is. Now, I meant to start at 3 minutes past the hour, so it would finish back, and I can't remember what time I started. Did I finish on the hour? Which means I stop at 57? Or did... No, I think... I can't remember now. Oh, never mind, not to worry. These things are sent to test us, aren't they? We can always fill in with a few extra morsels of speech at the end, I suppose. So that's it. My room has changed there where I stay. Now, as you know, regular listeners and viewers of the show will know I usually stay in my nephew's room, Jimmy, 11, who kindly, the kindness of his heart, because he loves his uncle so much. He does. He loves his uncle so much. Because of that, he gives up his room for me and sleeps with Mummy and Daddy in their room. But my niece, my dear, dear niece, little Tracy, bless her heart, has moved in with her boyfriend. Oh, please don't even go there. I told them, wedding first. Do they listen to Uncle Chris? No. They just swan off. They go and buy a house. And they move in together. What would Father Symes ever have said? He was our local Catholic priest. What would he have said? Mind you, I think he would have had a lot to say about me. Anyway, carrying on. Oh, stop it now. So my room has moved. I'm now in Tracy's old bedroom. And my sister says, come on, let me take you up to the bedroom. I'll show you what I've done to it. Because now that Tracy's moved out, which was about 3-4 weeks ago now. I think she moved in, was it beginning of March, end of February? Oh, she's been there a while now. And about 6 weeks they've been in their new place. Yeah. Now that she's moved out, of course, my sister, along with all her bits and pieces, because I've got to tell you, please, I want this between you and me, because I don't want to be upsetting my niece, right? Let me see if there's anyone listening. Katie, you're not listening, are you? Cat's over there. She might come and say hello later. Listen, come on. My niece's bedroom used to be the most untidy place I have ever seen in my entire life. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. You'd go in, you know, I'd go in and usually in the morning if I was up first, and I would say to her, like, you know, what's going on in here? Oh, I'm just doing my makeup. And you could not, there was no room to sit, it's all over the floor. I've never seen a girl with such an untidy bedroom. But don't tell anyone I told you that, all right? Shh. Between you and me, because I do tell you everything, you know that, right? Okay. Anyway, so she says, oh, you'll be, and my sister often told me about, my sister had long conversations about this on the phone. Oh, yes, dear. Oh, we talk about everyone, possibly even you. And a few conversations about you with my sister before as well. Yes, who is it? Anyway, so my sister says, come on, come see what I've done. So we went up the stairs. The door opened. Well, it was like another world. It was like another world. It was spick and span and a television, large television in the corner. I mean, I'm not one to watch television in bed, are you? I can't do that. In my room, I actually do set the television to wake me up like an alarm clock. It's got an alarm, which is quite nice, an alarm clock feature. When I wake up in the morning in my own house, I set, well, not in the morning, but because you know I have a couple of hours sleep in the afternoon. When I set the alarms, I set 2 alarms, a radio alarm, and I set the television alarm, so if one doesn't go off, the other one will be fine. But they've always both gone off. You hear these people come into work, don't you? Oh, I'm sorry I'm late, the alarm didn't go off. We'll get another one, dear. Don't be saving money on alarms. It's a liberty. That's what it is, a liberty. So, in my sister's, oh, there's a vile insect there. Oh, what is that? Oh, it's horrible. Now, if this had been in Australia, that could have been a poisonous one. Oh, they got some dangerous animals there, haven't they? I was watching this programme on one of the satellite... Katie, get down off there! Katie! Oh, she's naughty. Katie! She's climbed up onto the sink. She does that. She climbs up onto the sink and tries to drink water out. Like that. She tries to drink water out of the tap. She is naughty. Katie, get down off there. And if I walk over there... It's funny, isn't it? You put water down. They don't touch the water in the bowl. They have to have it directly out of the tap. Do you think my Katie... Well, Katie's the cat, one of the cats. Do you think she's been watching me do it? Is that what it is? Anyway, back onto this. So, we're in the room. She's painted it chocolate brown, which is rather warm. I think rather warm and pleasant. And I said goodnight to my sister. And I always have my laptop with me, because they got wireless there. Oh, yes. I haven't got that here. I haven't got wireless. I don't really feel the need for it. What would I use it for? I don't think I would. People say, oh, but then you can sit out in the garden with your laptop. And I'm like, why would I want to do that? Yeah, it's all very well having all these gadgets. There's no point in buying a gadget unless you're going to use it. Now, you remember when I bought my recording gadget, that this here, that I'm talking to you on today? And I bought this. It was quite expensive, but I knew it would get use. The same as this little new flip cam as well. Are you amazed by the quality? Because I am, for such a tiny little gadget. Tiny little gadget. And can I just tell you, the flip cam is actually on top of that tripod. That's one of my favourite words, tripod. Tripod, yes. And I've just noticed, there's a slight breeze, and there's the longest piece of spider's thread blowing about in the breeze at the moment, which seems to be attached to the tripod. Goes right over to the other garden, right over to the fence near the other garden. Also, I've just realised the washing has finished, and I wish I'd hung that out before I started the show, because it's all going to be creased up now. I suppose I could put it on for another rinse, couldn't I, before I hang it out? Yeah, that's what I do. Anyway, back to my sister. So that was it. Set up my laptop in a little cupboard, which my 11-year-old nephew, see, he's now claimed that room as his games room. Okay, so I mean, how many kids have got that? He's got a bedroom and a games room. And he's got his television in there, his Nintendo, what is that white, with the white thing, the Wii, the Nintendo Wii. He's got some other sort of games console in there, and now he has, within my sister's room, within my niece's room, there is a cupboard that she was obviously using for clothes, although none of them were ever folded and put away nicely. Oh, it's shocking, it really is. So he's now commandeered the that cupboard as an office, and he's cleared out the shelves. Well, he's only 11. He's cleared out the shelves. He's got a desk in there with his little laptop on. Bless him, that I gave him at Christmas time. Oh, we love it, don't we? And they got wireless in the house, and you set up your computer in that office, and it works very well. So that was that. Did I do emails before? Yes, I think I thought I'd check my emails when my sister went back downstairs to her room with her husband. I checked my emails and I went to bed, and I had a very, very comfortable sleep. Thank you very much. Lovely and comfortable in Tracy's old bed. It's really nice. And my sister leaves the window open in there as well because of the asthma problem, which incidentally has now disappeared, I'm glad to say, at last. Oh, that was a long stint, that was. For some reason, you'll know probably, I do have asthma brought on, I thought, by animal fur, but for the last, 4 or 5 weeks, it has been playing up quite a lot. I don't know why. People also say to me that the weather seems to affect any change in pressure or temperature does seem to affect them, and I wonder if that's what it was. Anyway, I had a bit of a bout for about 5 or 6 weeks. Nothing uncontrollable. It's never been uncontrollable. I'm quite lucky like that. You know, I've got that thing, the puffer thing, and then it's fine. But usually I get a couple of weeks and then it stops. Well, this time it's hung around for about 5 or 6 weeks. But the last couple of days, and every I suppose, no, not every 4 hours, okay, shall we say 2 or 3 times a day, 2, 3, 4 times a day sometimes, I've had to have some of this puffer, which gives instant relief. I mean, it's marvellous, that asthma stuff, isn't it? And it's been going on and on. Well, suddenly it stopped again, and I knew it would. So we're fine. Can you hear? See, it's much better. I mean, I could probably sound like Tarzan now. Do you want it? Oh, oh. Do you think I'm making a good Tarzan? Oh, the cat's come now. Look. Hello, Katie. Here she comes. She's, oh, bless her. She's looking in the automatic cat feeder. There's nothing in there for you today. Do you want to come up and say hello? Katie? Where are you? Katie? Come up and say hello, darling. Oh, yeah. This is the... oh, no, she's run off now. Are you going to come over? No, she run off. Probably too hot for her in the sun. So that's it. Went to bed and got up in the morning at 10:30. And that's why I'll leave that part of the story. Okay? You'll have to watch the next show for the next exciting installment of my visit to my sister in Woodhall Spa. Okay? There we are. I told you I'd hook you in, didn't I? Right, let's do some emails. First of all, from a brand new loyal listener and friend. Now, this poor young lady has been waiting weeks for her email to come out because, of course, I've been away and then we're always a week ahead and what have you. So I do apologise. She sent this on the 13th of April. How long ago was that? So apologies, Susan. And I did write to you, didn't I? I did write to you and say, I'm sorry, that these emails will take a while to come through. And she sent me the most fantastic pictures. Right, young Susan writes, Hi, Chris. My name is Susan. That was a song by Whitney Houston, wasn't it? Whitney Houston, she had some problems with drugs, didn't she? Poor girl. Terrible. So many careers ruined by that stuff. Hi, Chris. My name is Susan. And I live in a country south of Dallas. County. I beg your pardon, county. Oh, mine. By the way, Whitney Houston. What was your favourite Whitney Houston song? Mine was something about man. Ain't no man. Oh, what is it? He fills me up. I love her ballads, Whitney Houston. Do you? I prefer her 80s stuff to the newer stuff, though. He was all the man that I need, something like that, was it? I can't remember. I think that's my favourite Whitney Houston one. Of course, she does The Greatest Love of All. Oh, what a shame I don't have my full orchestra here today. I believe the children are the future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Give them a sense of pride to make it something else like that, isn't it? What the hell's that noise now? Can you hear that? There's a motorbike outside. It's a Liberty, that's what it is. Here I am, trying to talk to you in peace and quiet, and I'm being attacked by Hell's Angels. They're coming over the fence as we speak. It's shocking. I won't get over my fence with those spiky bushes behind me, I tell you. Anyway, my name is Susan, and I live in a county, not country, foolishly, a mistake there. No need, Carl in Yorkshire to quickly bang off an email correcting me, because I have corrected myself. I am self-correcting today, just like Tipex. Yes. I live in a county south of Dallas. Hi, Sue Ellen. You're looking quite nice in a trampish sort of way. Do you like that, Dallas? I've got loads of... Oh, there's that bit of blooming spider's web again. I'm going to break... It's gone now. I'm going to break it off just a minute because it's annoying me. It's flapping around in the wind here. There we are. It's gone. Gone. I've been listening to you for about a year. You kept very quiet, dear, didn't you, Susan? You kept very quiet. I hope to become a frequent emailer. Yes, I hope so too, Susan. We like frequent emailers. You get special treatment, dear, if you keep emailing in. Oh, yes. And usually, Susan, and I shouldn't really tell you this because other people will get jealous. Just a minute. I'll tell you this personally, right? Susan, usually at Christmas time, my regular emails receive a little special something in the post. Yes. Shh. What was it? Last year, it was one of our special United Kingdom Talk / Bingay mugs. Oh, yes. You can't get these anywhere except from this little show or at a Bingay night. Yes. I sent a few of those out this year. Did you? Who was on the receipt of one of those? Are you using it? Do be careful because the handles come off. I jest. Oh, I can hear it now, Joy. I can hear Joy now. Joy is saying, oh, I didn't get one of those. I'm sorry, Joy. Next time I come on one of my unannounced visits to you, I shall bring you a United Kingdom Talk stroke Bingay mug, all right? I promise you that, my darling. I shall just appear in a puff of smoke outside your little house in Acton. Oh, she's got a lovely house, Joy. Here, Joy, I don't suppose you'd let me buy that house off you, would you? I know you're renting it, but you could say to the council, this is all totally illegal and not allowed, I think, but you could say to the council that you wanted to buy the house and I could just shove up the money and then you could rent it back off me. Yes. Oh, please yourself. Oh, she's got a lovely house in Acton now, Joy. Susan says, like you, my days are very full, all the time. That's why I've had to stop the jogging. I just haven't got time to do it anymore. It's just madness, running around all the time, trying to beat the clock, isn't it? She says, it's hard to find time to do everything that needs doing every day. Oh, you tell me about it, darling. Sometimes I do things, I know this might sound stupid, Susan, I do things while I'm asleep. For example, I'll put the washing on and then go to bed. So it's kind of doing something while I'm asleep, or put the washing on and go out and do shopping, come back and the washing's done and you hang it out on the line. Which I wish I'd done an hour ago because the sun's out at the moment. It would have all have been lovely and dry, wouldn't it? But there you are. Nothing, you can't do everything. I should put it up in 20 minutes when we finish the show. You mentioned on your last radio show that the amount of emails was decreasing. No, I just had, no, well not really, no. We just had a little quiet period. We all have quiet periods, don't we? Yes, there was a little quiet period where there weren't too many emails coming in. Now that doesn't mean, Susan, now when you first come into sort of doing radio stuff and that sort of thing, when you're really new at it and very young, and you do a show and you get newer emails, you get very worried there's no one there. You kind of think you're talking to yourself. Well, most of the time, to be honest, Susan, I spend talking to myself. I mean, what is the point in having conversations with other people when you have found the perfect person to talk to, i.e. yourself? Think about it, lovey. Think about it. Yes. But the truth is, I think, when you don't get many emails, it's because people are kind of happy with what's going on. So they don't feel the need to email in. But it does make the guy who's doing the show... Oh, it's a bit windy. Can you hear that wind? I hope that doesn't upset the microphones too much. The guy who's doing the show, it does make him, or her indeed, work a little bit harder because you haven't got so many emails to read out. On the other hand, sometimes you can have so many coming through, like at the moment where these have built up over the last few weeks, that you don't actually get to talk about everything that you wanted to talk about. But it doesn't matter. I'd much rather have lots of emails coming in, and that's it. She says, people are coming out of their winter hibernation and enjoy the outdoors instead of sitting in front of their computers. Yes, you've got to put this on an iPod. Maybe a little iPod or a little MP3 player of some sort. I've got two. I've got a Creative Media Zen Stone, which is a little thing that I used to wear when I was jogging. And I've also got a larger one. I can't think what that one's called now. Is it a Vision? Is it a Vision? I can't remember now, but it's quite a large thing. And I did start wearing that when I was jogging, and blooming heavy it was. Well, it's not heavy. It's not heavy. It's not that big. It's about that. But to put it in a pocket or something, well, I've got itchy nose now. Does that mean there's someone talking about me? What's itchy nose mean? Someone let me know quickly. Chris@UnitedKingdomTalk.co.uk. Itchy nose. There we are. Where was I now? Oh yes, this thing was a little bit big to put in a pocket while you're running. Anyway, Susan says, I love cats too. And that is getting quite windy, isn't it? I hope we don't lose the sound on the microphones. But as you know, everything is bigger in Texas, including JR's hat in Dallas. Hi, Sue Ellen. Yeah. I volunteer at In Sync Exotics, which is a sanctuary for big cats. I'm sending you a few pictures of me and my babies. The first picture is of me and I don't know how to say this. Kashama, I think it is. Kashama, which is a tiger. Fantastic. We have a website. It is insyncexotics.com. Now I'm going to spell that for you. Go and grab your pen. All right. Insyncexotics.com. So if you've got internet, have a look here. I-N-S. Are you ready? Pen ready? Oh, here comes my cat. Hang on, Susan, let me get my cat. 1 minute. Come on, darling, up you come. There we are. This is one of them. Hey, isn't it? This is Katie. She's the young one. She has made an appearance on the show before. She's black and brown and white, aren't you, darling? And she is possibly... Oh, she's scratching now. She is possibly... Oh, she wants to go. Off you go, darling. She is possibly the most friendly cat in the world. And she just caught me with her claw. Oh, that hurts. That'll come up all red and white now. You all right? You stay down there, darling. All right. Now, where are we? Oh, here comes the spelling. Okay, I-N for no one. SYNCEXOTICS.com. Spell it for you again. INSYNCEXOTICS.com. insyncexotics.com. All right. It is in what is it? Willie or Wiley? I think it's more likely Wiley in Texas. She says, before you get to thinking I am another crazy American, no, I don't think that at all. I don't think that at all. People who work in animal sanctuaries are absolutely dedicated to the work they do. It's not the money, is it? You love it, don't you? I know you do. She says, the first picture, now I can't show you these pictures. She has asked me not to post the pictures on the internet, and I'll tell you why that is. Let me see. I want you to know that I am English. I was born and used to live in Manchester. Now, this is somewhere I've never been. I've got a few friends in Manchester, one of who does a podcast with all show tunes and things like that. It's called The Matinee Show. Okay, The Matinee Show with James Dean and Madam Airways. Except for my immediate family, all my relatives are in England. I also have a big cat of my own. Though he is not as big as the ones in my pictures, he is a 48-pound bobcat. Now, did you hear that, everyone? Her pet, Susan's pet, is a 48-pound bobcat. That's a big cat. I will be sending you pictures of him. He sleeps in bed with me and is my only child. Oh. I think that's lovely. I can't sleep with my cats because I've become hyper-allergic to them, unfortunately. But, oh, you're lucky. I used to sleep with one of my cats. When I first was given my, the older cat, about 22 years ago it is, she used to climb in the bed and she'd sleep with me and everything. It was lovely. But unfortunately now I've become so allergic to them that I can't do that. The larger cats act more like dogs than regular house cats. Have you got more than one cat here? Hang on, what are you saying here? Let me see. The larger cats act more like dogs than regular house cats. They love to play fetch and catch frisbees. Oh, are you talking about the tigers here? Oh, blimey. They wag their tails like dogs, and most of them love to swim. He walks on a leash and follows me around the house and in the yard. This is a bobcat. He is my constant companion, and I love him dearly. Isn't that lovely? And she says here, please don't post the pictures on the internet. I had to sign an agreement at the sanctuary to not allow everyone on the internet to see us having contact with the cats. Some organisations think it's bad to have contact with the animals. This is crazy thinking. How else could we vaccinate? Now, are you ready for these numbers? 17 tigers in 1 hour. In the zoos and sanctuaries, that do not allow love and physical contact, what do you think happens when an animal gets sick and needs injections every day or other treatments? If you would like to post some pictures on your website with me and the big cats, there is a way. Gary Roberts, a quite famous photographer, and you can look this up if you want to, okay, from Manchester, came over to interview us and take pictures of our sanctuary. He had heard about us from a friend of mine in Sweden. If you go to his website, worldwidefeatures.com, okay, you don't need me to spell that, do you? worldwidefeatures.com, click on American Features category, Animals. Go down to the last story, Woman who lives with 26 big cats. This has lots of pictures of Vicky, the sanctuary owner, and me. It also has an article telling us about us and our love for these cats. Feel free to share and post any of those pictures that Gary has on his website with all your devoted listeners. I'm going to send you quite a few emails so I can post more pictures and also talk about other subjects. And that's from Susan. She says bye for now. Thank you, Susan. And I can describe the pictures, of course. There's one of her sitting there with this beautiful tiger. Beautiful tiger. And this tiger is just turning around and it's got one paw on Susan's arm. And Susan is just playing with its little nose there, and it looks like it's so happy, and Susan's there in a cage with it, and it looks like a bottle of water or something, like spray water or something. And there's another picture underneath with another tigress there. Just fantastic pictures. Yeah, just fantastic pictures. Susan also writes, I recently heard you talking about on your show about your hair. Yes, that's true. She said, you'll love this. You were saying that you had found a product called Maine, which I have, that you were thinking about trying. I have a much cheaper solution. Denari and Malachi, our two lions, have lots of mane. They shed huge clumps of it every day. They have tons of mane to share. I could send you in some mane in an envelope if you'd like to try it. It's quite long, so you'd have to trim it to the length you desire. There is one problem though. Didn't you say you were allergic to cats? Well, yes, I'm allergic to my own cats. Do you think that you are allergic to lions also? My guess is probably yes, because it's the same dog fur. I went to see horses once. This is about 8 or 9 years ago. I went to Florida, and we went to, is it Buffalo Bill's Wild West Rodeo or something like that in Florida, where you get this sit-down meal and a horse show. And I had to leave there in the end. I was just coughing and spluttering. It was dreadful. So I think I probably am allergic to lions as well, unfortunately. She says, anyway, let me know if you'd like to try some mane. I could send you an envelope full of it. Well, if you do ever want to send anything, Susan, there is a full postal address, which I'm going to give you in a second, okay? However, you would need to wash it and condition it with yourself. It may smell like iron pee when you receive it. Oh, how awful. Oh, dear Susan. If it works for you, maybe Vicky and I could start our own product line. Also, I'm sending you a few more pictures. One is of my sister Janice with Denari. The other is a picture I took of Gary Roberts, the photographer, taking a picture of Vicky and Sassy. Feel free to share the picture of Denari and my sister, since she is not in the cage with Denari. I hope I have provided a solution for your hair dilemma. And that's from Susan. And do you know what, Susan? You have sent me a couple of pictures here. Now let me see. Which one can I share? Sending you a few. Gary Roberts, the photographer. Denari and my sister. Is it the picture with Gary in it as well that I can share? Oh, I'm not sure now. I'm not sure which one I can... You say since she's not in the cage. Well, she is in the cage there, isn't she? Oh, the big lion. Oh, I see. Yeah, because you're standing outside the cage there, aren't you? Right, so I can show this one. Is this Susan? I think this is Susan. 1 minute. 1 minute. Picture of Gary Roberts, the photographer. There's a picture of taking a picture of. You know what? I'm not sure. I'm not sure which one of these two I'm allowed to show. Feel free to share the picture of Denari and my sister, since she's not in the cage. Right, it's got to be that one, isn't it? Because you're not in the cage there. Oh yeah, look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Is it a lion? And it's got the great big mane around it and everything. Oh, it's just beautiful. Beautiful pictures. Thank you ever so much for those. It's much appreciated. Right, here comes the postal address. Are you ready, boys and girls? The address to write to is Chris Reardon, United Kingdom Talk, P.O. Box 4073, Bracknell, RG 429ED, United Kingdom. Once again, it's Chris Reardon, United Kingdom Talk, P.O. Box 4073, Bracknell, BRACKNELL, RG 429ED, and at the end, if you're outside the UK, put United Kingdom. Okay, so you can package up clippings of your pet furs and send them through, and forevermore I can sit here coughing and spluttering. Now, gotta say, I've got some more emails from Susan, of course, and I will read those to you in the coming shows, along with a couple from Doug as well. There's a lot of people been waiting a few weeks for their emails to come through here, and once again, I can only apologise for that. It's because I've been at my sister's, and I recorded an extra week of shows ahead so that there wouldn't be a gap. I don't know if that was the right thing to do or to have left a gap, to be honest. Hello to Gary. Now, I've just got this. Of course, I've sorted the problem now. But Gary says, "Hi, Chris, and I'm a new listener to your podcast and was dismayed that you never replied to my email after 1.5 weeks. I'm sure you were busy, though." Yeah, that's what happened, Gary. You see, you got caught up in this whole little trip to my sister's, and that's why it's been waiting a long time. So I do apologise, but you should have heard your email, and indeed your little bit of singing, which was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic in Saturday's show, okay, the one that's just gone. All right, now finally today, we've got a lovely email here from Suko, which I'm going to try and get in before we finish the show. And Suko writes, because I sent some flowers for her mum's funeral, remember? The last show we did dedicate to Suko's mum, Betty, because she recently sadly passed away. And Suko says, "Chris, you're a doll. Thank you for the gorgeous flowers. I'm so touched. The funeral service went very well. Everyone said it was the most beautiful service they had ever been to." It's nice, isn't it? "I wrote and delivered the eulogy. Mimiko sang the song. I told you reminds me of you from Wicked. And Jade read the essay she wrote that you read on your show." So there we are, that's how the funeral went. Suko also goes on to say, which I will, if it's all right with you, Suko, I better email you first and ask him. I'll read the eulogy on one of the future shows, if that's all right. Probably not one of the next couple, because I think it's a bit too close to the funeral, but certainly on the ones coming up, all right? Do you know, I've suddenly realised, Suko, I've been squinting ever so much on the programme today because of the beautiful sun, which has just disappeared, actually. I hope it's not making me look extra old. Is it? I bet I never thought of that. Maybe I should have kept the sunglasses on. Oh, God. I don't know if this was such a good idea coming outside now. Suko says, I absolutely love the opening and closing of the show on YouTube. You may have seen me arriving and disappearing on a bicycle. Now I'm going to redo that opening because this new camera is much better than the other one I was using to do that. She says, it made it even more personal and familiar. Someday I will visit Bracknell Station in person. Well, there's not an awful lot to see there, really. Just a few trains going up and down. My friend Betty is in London now. I'm so envious. It's a good thing that I didn't go, though. Oh, have you heard from her yet? Is she keeping in touch by email or what there? Do let us know. I've got a lot of these loose ends to tie up here, of course, but after that, I plan to go somewhere. The UK is very expensive for us, but that is where I would like most to go. Where, so yeah, I know it's very, very expensive for Americans to come to the UK at the moment, I'm afraid. Nothing to do with me, of course. It's all this business with pounds and dollars. I don't understand it, dear. I just count the money as it comes in, that's all. All right, Suko. Suko also says she's attached a piece that she read at the funeral. I don't know why, but I can't cry. I guess I will enough. I did that enough before she was actually gone. Yeah, as I said on the other show, you know, people deal with death in a different way. And I think we might go into that subject in a few shows' time. All right, Suka, but not quite yet. Anyway, that's it from me today. Hope you enjoyed the show today. A little bit different today, outside in the garden. It's been lovely. It really has. A little bit more work for me when we come outside and do it, but we'll see how it turns out. And I dread to think what I'm going to look like on the YouTube. Very old and wrinkly, what with me squinting like that all the time. Thanks for joining me. Don't forget the email, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. See you in the next show. Bye-bye now.